Hello friends, welcome to GATE Academy Global. Today in this video we are going to discuss the solutions of test or assignment 1 that is conducted on 8th of March, that is Women's Day. And in this video we are not going to discuss the concept behind the questions, as you are having 15 questions, out of which 5 questions were of 1 mark and 10 questions were of 2 marks, and all the concepts you have seen that on GATE Academy channel in the live sessions of the ongoing series, that is GATE and ESE 2021. So in this video we are going to complete the solution video as early as possible. So you just have to check the solutions and match it from your response that you have given. So the first question of 1 mark, it was given a continuous time signal x of t is given as u of minus 4t plus 20 and plus, sorry, it is into u of t plus 6 by 4. So if a signal x of t is given like that, then you will have to find the area of this signal x of t in square units. So you just have to plot the signal, then only you can find out the area. So whenever there is scaling, you know that if this function, let it is x1 of t, then x1 of t, let it is x1 of t, and this signal is x2 of t. So this function x1 of t is equals to u of, you can take this factor minus 4 common and you can write it like minus t minus 5. Similarly, here you can take u of, if you have taken 1 by 4 common, then you can write it like t plus 6. Okay, so, or you can write it like, if you write this like t by 4, that is 0.25 t plus 1.5. So you can opt any method. Now if you can see that if there is a scaling with a reversal sign in step function, then you can represent this signal as, you can directly discard this scaling factor and you can write it like u of minus of t minus 5, which is nothing but, we are discussing only x1 t here, it is the value of x2 t, x2 t can be written like this. So u of minus t minus 5, it is u of minus t plus 5. So you know that if there is a signal u of minus t plus 5, then it means it will be starting from t is equals to minus infinity and it will exist up to t is equals to 5. So this signal is, you can plot this signal x1 of t as starting from minus infinity, value is 1, and existing up to t is equals to 5, with respect to t it is your signal x1 of t. Similarly, if you see here, if you can take, this is x2 of t, x2 of t can be represented as, if you have taken this 0.25 factor common, then you can write it like t plus 6. So what is this signal? If you can discard this scaling factor, then you can write it u of t plus 6, and you can represent the signal x2 of t, which is nothing but u of t exists from 0 to infinity, therefore u of t plus 6, you will shift that signal by 6 units towards left hand side, therefore this signal will be starting from t is equals to minus 6, the value will be 1, existing up to t tends to infinity, it is your signal x2 of t. So the product of these two signals will be defined only in the interval where both of these signals are non-zero. Therefore, if you plot the signal x of t, for which you have to find out the area, it is signal x of t with respect to t, this signal will be the product of x1 t and x2 t, which will exist, this signal is existing from minus infinity, but it is starting from minus 6. So the product will be starting from minus 6 and will exist up to t is equals to 5. So the product you can draw, it is from minus 6 to plus 5 signal, and the value is 1 into 1, the product of 1 with 1 is 1, therefore it is your signal x of t, for which you know, if it is a rectangular function with width, here it is the width is having value 11, and the total height, it is height is having value 1. So the area of x of t, you can write it, area of x of t, area of rectangle, that is width into height, so the answer is 11. So as I have seen, most of you have answered the question as 11, so most of the answers are correct. So it is the first question, and now if we move further, that question number 2, which is for, again for 1 mark only, it is given as signal x of n is equals to 0.1 times x1 of n minus n naught minus 40. And it is given that where x1 of n is related to x of n, it is given as x1 of n is equals to 10 times x of n plus n naught and plus alpha. So in this question, you have to find out the value of constant alpha. So we have seen that if there is any function x1 of n written like this, then you can replace this n by any value, but you will have to replace n on both the sides by same value. So if you see here to find x of n, you will have to find out the value of x1 of n minus n naught. So from this relation, if x1 of n is this, then replacing n by n minus n naught. So you can write x1 of n minus n naught, it is equals to 10 times x of replacing this n by n minus n naught, then plus this n naught and plus alpha. So it is the value of x1 of n minus n naught. You can see here this n naught minus sign and plus sign will get cancelled, and so you will be having the value of x1 of n minus n naught as 10 times x of n plus alpha. So if you substitute this value of x of n in this equation of x of n, then you can write this x of n as x of n is equals to 0.1 times x1 of n minus n naught, which is now it can be written as 10 times x of n plus alpha. Here you have written this 0.1 times x of n minus n naught, and this value is minus 40. So if you see here the product of, you can write it again like x of n is equals to 0.1 into 10, that is 1 into x of n, and plus 0.1 into alpha, that is 0.1 alpha, and it is minus 40. So you can see here this x of n and x of n get cancelled, so that the LHS term is 0 now, and you can equate this 0. Now you have got 0 is equals to 0.1 alpha minus 40, therefore the value of alpha is 40 upon 0.1, that is 400, and accordingly the correct option for this question is option D. So for this question option D is correct. So you can find the PDF of the question paper in description link, and in that PDF there are two corrections, there are two minor mistakes, you will have to follow that. So moving to the next question, the second answer, correct option for question number 2 is option D. Question number 3, here we have given as, in question number 3, you have given a signal x of t. Here it is a signal x of t, which is given something like this. It is our signal x of t, continuous time signal it is 4, 6, 8 and 10, these are the limits, and the values are mentioned to be, these values are 10 and 20. So here it is your signal x of t. Here we have mentioned that x of t can be related, here we have given x of t is represented in terms of signum function as a times 0.2 signum of t minus 4, signum of t minus 4 plus minus 0.1 times signum of t minus 6 plus 0.1 signum of t minus 8 and minus 0.2 signum of t minus 10. It is given that if we express this, if we can express this x of t as signum functions given like this, then what is the value of a, it is being asked in the question. So you will have to express this signal x of t in terms of signum functions first, then you will have to compare that expression what you are getting from this diagram, and you will have to compare it with the given expression. So to express any function in terms of signum function, what you all have to do is to express that function in terms of step functions first. So you can see here x of t can be expressed in terms of step function as 20 u of t minus 4 minus 10 u of t minus 6 plus 8 plus 10 u of t minus 8 and minus 20 u of t minus 10. So you are familiar with this expression, how we write expression for given function in terms of step function. Now if you have to convert all the step function in terms of signum function, then you know that signum of t is equals to 2 ut minus 1, so that u of t can be expressed as signum of t plus 1 divided by 2. We have seen all of this in our live lectures. So if u of t is this value, and if you have to find u of t minus 4 or u of t minus 6, so what you all have to do, you just have to replace this variable t by t minus 4 in this case, by t minus 6 in this case, and whenever you are replacing in LHS, then you must have to replace that t in RHS also. Therefore we can write this expression x of t as, x of t equals to, you can write this term as 20 times signum of t minus 4 plus 1 divided by 2 is, this 20 is common. Now it is minus 10 times signum of t minus 6 plus 1 divided by 2 minus, it is plus sign, 10 times signum of t minus 8 plus 1 divided by 2 and then minus 20 times signum of t minus 10 plus 1 divided by 2. So here you can see all these constant terms will get cancelled, as the coefficient of this constant here 20 into 1 by 2 is plus 10, here the constant is minus 10 by 2, that is minus 5, here constant is plus 5 and here the constant is minus 10. So all of the constant values will get cancelled out and you are left only with the expression of signum functions. So in terms of, in case of signum, if you want to write, then you can write it like x of t is equals to 20 divided by 2, that is 10, 10 times signum of t minus 4, then this term cancelled out as we have discussed. Next term will be minus 5 signum of t minus 6, then plus 5 signum of t minus 8 and minus 10 signum of t minus 10. So you have to compare this expression with the given expression. So you can see that signum of t minus 4, the coefficient of this term is 0.2 and you have getting the coefficient of signum function as 10. So if you take something common such that the coefficient of this signum term is 0.2, then you can find out the value of a. Therefore we can express this x of t as, if we want to have 0.2 here. So if you want to divide something 10 by something, 10 by x, and you want it to be 0.2, then the value of x is equals to what? You can write x is equals to 10 upon 0.2, that is 100 upon 2, that is equals to 50. So you can write it 50 into 0.2 signum of t minus 4. Again, if you have taken 50 common, then this minus 5 will become minus 0.1 signum of t minus 6. Similarly, this term will become plus 0.1 signum of t minus 8 and the next term will become minus 0.2 as you have taken 50 common. Therefore, it will be minus 0.2 signum of t minus 10. Now you can compare all the terms you are getting, 0.2 signum of t minus 4, here it is same, 0.1 signum of t minus 6 and same. This bracket term is same in the given expression and the expression that you have gotten. Therefore, the value of constant you can directly compare and you can find the value of constant a is 50. So it is a numerical answer type question and the value of a, correct value of a is 50. Most of the students must have corrected this question. Next question is based on the property of sampling function and sinc function. You know that if there is a function sinc of t, then it is written as sin pi t upon pi t. And for this function we have seen that it is an even function and the area of this function is unity. If you see here the area of this sinc function, it is equals to unity. You know that. Now if you want to replace this t by any other variable, then same replacement can be done on the other side also. And you know the effect of scaling on area by the factor, or you can see you know the effect of all other operations on area. Area is affected only by 3 operations. The first one is time scaling, second one is amplitude scaling and third one is amplitude reversal. There is no effect of time shifting or time reversal on area. So what you have given, if you have any function sinc of t and if you are integrating this function from minus infinity to infinity, it means that you are finding the area of this function and this integral will become 1. Now if the function is even, then if you want to find the area in between minus infinity to plus infinity, then you can find out this area simply by taking the lower limit as 0. You can find out the area of any one half, and as the function is even, therefore the area distributed in both the halves will be equal. Therefore this area can also be obtained by using integral 0 to infinity, but you must have to multiply that with 2. So the value, if we see in question number 4, we have to evaluate the integral that is given as I is equals to integration from 0 to infinity 4 sinc of 4 pi t minus 1 upon 4 into t minus 1 dt. So if you see here, if sinc of t is defined as this. If you want to write sinc of, if you have to write sinc of, it is actually it is sine, it is not sinc, it is, you have given in question it is sine. So if sine pi t upon pi t is sinc of t, therefore if you write sine 4 pi t upon 4 pi t, so what you have done here, you have replaced t by 4t, then you will getting here 4 pi t upon 4 pi t. Therefore it is also, it can be represented as sinc of 4t. If you obtain sinc of 4t, it means you will have to replace this t on both the sides by 4t. So you will get the expression sinc of 4 pi t upon 4 pi t. Now if you replace both sides the value of t by t minus 1, then sinc of 4 into t minus 1, you have replaced t by t minus 1 now, therefore the signal that you will be obtaining is sinc of 4 pi into t minus 1 divided by 4 pi into t minus 1. So this function will represent sinc of 4 into t minus 1, but only if there must be a pi term in denominator also. If the pi term is missing, so what you can do is, you can multiply and divide the denominator, and here you can also multiply with pi. So now this function except other than 4, you are not taking the value 4. This particular bracket term can be expressed as sinc of 4 into t minus 1. So this integral is nothing but I is equals to pi times integration from 0 to infinity. We can take this constant term out, 4 times 4 pi into, you can write this term as sinc of 4 into t minus 1, or you can write it like 4t minus 4. So now dt. So now this integral defines this term. This term, what this term signifies? If there would be limit from minus infinity to plus infinity, then you can say you are finding out the total area of this function. But as the given limits are from 0 to infinity, therefore this term will represent half of the area of this function sinc of 4t minus 4. Now you will have to apply the properties on area. If sinc of t, if you have written sinc of t, if this function is having area 1, so if you time shift this function, then sinc of t minus 4. If you are just applying the time shifting, then there will not be any effect on area, and area will remain at 1. Therefore the area of sinc of t minus 4 will be 1 only. But as you are taking time scaling now, we are applying operations from right to left. First we have shifted the signal by 4, and we have said that there will not be any effect on area. But now if you move to the further operation, that is time scaling, so if you replace t by 4t here, so area of sinc of 4t minus 4, now you will have to consider the effect of scaling on area, and you know that the area is divided by scaling factor. So if the earlier area was a, then the new area will be 1 by 4. So total area of this function is 1 by 4. But what you are doing, you are taking integration only from 0 to infinity. So the area of this, or you can say the value of this integral, will be half of this value 1 by 4. Therefore you can say that the value of this integral is 1 by 8. So the overall answer for your integral is I is equals to 4 pi times 1 by 8, that is equals to pi by 2, and accordingly option A is correct. So correct option for question number 4 is option A. So we are not having space, we will see more questions later. So the next question is question number 5. You have given a continuous time signal expressed for different duration of time given as follows, and another signal x1 of t is related to this signal x of t as x1 of t is x of 2 minus t. Then we have to find out the value of x1 of t at t is equals to 1 seconds. So first we have to, there are several methods that are possible, but for the best method that will take least time, you just represent this signal x of t and then perform the operations x of 2 minus t. So if you try to represent this given signal x of t, then you have given that signal x of t is 0 from minus infinity to t is equals to minus 4. So this signal is going to start from t is equals to minus 4, and it is existing up to t is equals to 6. So here we have not given any information after t is equals to 6, so you must have take the values of x of t to be 0. So let here it is the value of t, that is t is equals to 6. In between there must be points, that is minus 2, t is equals to 0, t is equals to plus 2, t is equals to plus 4 and t is equals to 6. So according to the given expression, you just have to plot the values of signal. X of t is 4 in between minus 4 and minus 2. So we are taking the value x of t is equals to, this value is 4 from minus 4 to minus 2. Now x of t is going to follow equation of a straight line. Here it is the equation of straight line, minus 2t plus 0, that is y is equals to m, that is minus 2, slope is minus 2, x axis is t and intersection with y axis is at 0. Therefore you have to plot a straight line of having slope minus 2 from minus 2 to 0. So here if you take a straight line from here and if you have to move in value for t 2 seconds and slope is minus 2, therefore you will be reaching value 0 at t is equals to 0. You can also find out the values of signal x of t at these two instants. If you put t is equals to minus 2, then you get value 4, as we have shown here. At t is equals to minus 2, the value is 4, and at t is equals to 0, if you put t is equals to 0 here, so you will get 0. Therefore we have connected this line from t is equals to minus 2 to 0 as 4 to 0. Next, for duration 0 to 2 seconds, x of t is going to follow again the equation of straight line having slope plus 2. So now if you move with slope 2 for time t is equals to 2 seconds, then what the value you will be getting? You will be getting value 4, as the slope is 2 and you are moving for time t is equals to 2 seconds. Therefore this value will reach up to 4. It is our signal x of t that we are plotting. Next, for t is equals to 2 seconds to 4 seconds, the signal is constant value having 4. Therefore in duration 2 to 4 seconds, we have written the signal, we have plotted this signal as constant value 4, and from t is equals to 4 to 6 seconds, you will have to follow equation of straight line again, and if you want to find out the 2 points at t is equals to 4, what will be the value of signal? If you substitute t is equals to 4 here, then it is minus 8 plus 12, that is 4. So at t is equals to 4 seconds, the value must be 4, as you are already see here, at t is equals to 4 seconds, value is lying at 4 only. And at t is equals to 6, if you substitute t is equals to 6 here, so this value will become 0. Therefore you have to draw a straight line in between 4 and 6, which reaches to 0 at t tends to 6. So it is your signal x of t. And now you have to find signal x of 2 minus t. It may also be written as x of minus t plus 2. So to find this signal from x of t, what you have to do, just shift this signal first by t equals to 2 seconds. If you advance the signal by 2 seconds, then you will slide the signal towards left hand side and you can plot this signal with respect to t. You are plotting x of t plus 2. So this point that is lying at minus 4, now it will be at minus 6, shape of the signal will be maintained and the signal will be looking like this. So now these points are plus 4, plus 2, t is equals to 0, minus 2, it is minus 4 and it is minus 6. These values are 4, it is 4 only. So now it is your signal x of t plus 2. But to find out the final value of x1 of t, you have to apply one more property, one more operation, that is time reversal. So when we perform time reversal on this signal, then you have to fold this signal with respect to y-axis so that all negative values will come into positive side and positive values will come into negative side. Therefore, finally you are going to get signal x1 of t like, with respect to t, this signal x1 of t can be drawn as this signal is constant from 0 to plus 2, so you are going to make signal constant from 0 to, it is t is equals to 0 to, this point is t is equals to minus 2. Now, as signal is reducing its value from 4 to 0 in between 2 and 4, similarly this signal will be reducing its value from 4 to 0 in the interval minus 4 to minus 2. So, and from this side, as the signal is reducing from 4 to 0, from 0 to minus 2, same, this signal will be this t is equals to 2, then you just have folded the signal and you have obtained something like this. So now the values are, it is plus 4, plus 6 and all these amplitudes are 4. So what you have been asked? You have been asked the value of x1 of t at t is equals to 1 second. Here the value of t, it is t is equals to 1 seconds. You have to find out the value of this point. What is this value? it is t is equals to 1 second. If you observe this straight line, it is reducing from 4 to 0 in 2 time interval. Therefore, you can say that the slope of this line is minus 2. So, if you are going to move in time axis for 1 second, then its value will decrease by minus 2 units, or you can say value will change by minus 2 units. So, if at t is equals to 0 you are at 4, 2 value will be decreased, therefore, you are left with the value 2, and therefore, you have just got your answer, x of x1 of minus x1 of 1 is equals to 2. So, it was a numerical answer type question, and the correct value of x1 of t signal at t is equals to 1 second is 2. So, I hope all of you have done this question, as we have already discussed such type of questions in our assignment videos. So, now question number 6. Here in this question number 6, we have given that consider a discrete time signal having input xn and output yn related as y of n is given as 1 by 3 times 2 y of n minus 1 plus x of n upon x of y of n minus 1. Now, we have also given that for an input xn is equals to alpha un, for an input x of n equals to alpha u of n. See, I must have to give you this value of alpha, but as this value of alpha is not mentioned, still if you, as you are appearing in the test with your own response sheet, where you can fill the answers on your paper with pen, therefore, you must answer this question in terms of alpha. But still, I have, if we want to give the numerical answer of this question, then as I have posted you, that you have to take the value of alpha equals to 9. So, later we will be, if we have to put the value of alpha, then we will be taking the value 9. Otherwise, as I told you earlier, I have made this question as marks to all, so you don't have anything to worry about. So, it is given that for x of n is alpha times u of n, with condition y of minus 1, it is also given that y of minus 1 is 1. We will see, is this redundant or it is useful, and for this value the output converges to some constant k. Given that output converges to some constant value k as n tends to infinity, means limit n tends to infinity, y of n is equals to any constant value k. So, now you have to find out the value of k. So, as here we have given y of n is 1 by 3 times. So, you have to find out the value of k, it means you will have to find the value of n at n tends to infinity, because it is only given as k. So, if from this given relation, from the given relation, taking n tends to infinity, if we substitute the value of n tends to infinity in the given input output relation, then this term x of n is alpha times u of n. You know that if a step function, you see a step function, it starts from n is equals to 0 and it exists up to n tends to infinity, it is n is equals to 0 point and it will exist up to n tends to infinity, and all the values are going to be 1 if it is u of n only, that is if it is unit step sequence. But if you have to take the sequence alpha u of n, then values of all the samples will not be 1 but it will be alpha. So, the value of x of n at n tends to infinity will be what? We have to find out the value of x of n at n tends to infinity, then only we can use this expression. So, now you know that if x of n is alpha times u of n, then you can write limit n tends to infinity, x of n is equals to alpha only. The unit step function will start to exist from n is equals to 0 and it will exist up to n is equals to infinity, and all the values of samples will be same, and in this case as x of n is alpha un, therefore the value of x of n at n tends to infinity will be alpha. So, now also if you are substituting the n tends to value infinity, then this term y of n will be y of infinity, and this term y of n minus 1, it can also be written as y of infinity only, because infinity minus 1 is nothing but infinity. Therefore, from this equation we can write y of infinity is equals to 1 by 3 times 2 times y of infinity plus x of infinity upon y of infinity. We have used the symbols in bracket term, we are taking infinity, it specifies value of y of n at n tends to infinity. Now, from the given conditions of the question, you can put all the values y of infinity, that is limit n tends to infinity, y of n is given to be k. So, this value is k, this value is again k, it is k, and the value of x of infinity you have obtained, it is alpha. So, now you can write k is equals to 1 by 3 times 2k plus alpha upon k. So, you can see here 3k is equals to 2k square plus alpha, or you can say that here upon k also, or 3k square equals to 2k square plus alpha, or k square equals to alpha. Therefore, k is equals to under root of alpha. So, the answer, if I have missed to give you the value of alpha, then on paper what you can write it is k is equals to under root of alpha, but if you have not attempted, then also you are going to get the marks. But if we have given the value of alpha to be 9, then the value of k is, for alpha is equals to 9, the value of k is 3, plus or minus 3, but if you have to mark the answer, then you will put the value plus 3. So, for question number 6, the correct option is 3. Next question is question number 7. Here in this question, in question number 7, we have given x of t is difference of two signals. First signal is 4 rectangle of t and the second signal is 2 triangle of t. So, we have to find out the value of x of minus 0.5 plus x of plus 0.25 is equals to what? So, before discussing this question, what you must be aware of, if you see these two signals, both signals are even signals. You know that rectangular function is an even function and triangular function is also a even function. And whenever you subtract or add or multiply two even functions, then the resultant function is always an even function only. Therefore, if you see here, it is asked x of minus 0.25 and x of plus 0.25. Then you don't need to compute both of these two values. Both of the values are going to be same as the function is to be even. And why it is even, I have just tell you. So, if we have to find out the values of either x of plus 0.25 or x of minus 0.25, we must have to represent this signal. So, if we consider this signal to be x1 of t, let it is x1 of t, that is 4 rectangle of t. Then how you plot this signal? Compare this representation with a rectangle of t upon tau. Tau is the total width which is given to be 1 here. Therefore, it is a rectangle which is the general representation. You know that x of t is equals to a rectangle of t minus center upon tau. You are familiar with this. Here, as there are no terms t minus 0, you can write it like t minus 0 upon 1. Therefore, center is 1, that is rectangle is centered at 0. Rectangle is centered at 0, having having total width 1. It means this function will have width 0.5 on both the sides. So, this function is something like this. So, you can represent the amplitude is given to be 4. Therefore, it is x1 of t representing 4 rectangle of t. So, it is the function 4 rectangle of t. Let this is x2 of t, let it be 2 triangle of t. Now, you can also compare this function with standard representation a triangle of t minus center upon tau. Now, this tau represents the half width. It means width of the triangle from each side centered from the center. So, you can see here this triangular function is again centered at 0. Therefore, you have drawn a triangle centered at 0 and width on each side is tau and tau is given to be 1. Therefore, this function will exist from minus 1 to plus 1 with respect to t and the amplitude is going to be 2. This function is our x2 of t. So, we have to find out the difference of these two functions. Therefore, if you make the first function here, it is from 0.5 minus 0.5 to plus 0.5 with respect to t, value is 4, it is x1 of t, and here it is your second signal which is existing from minus 1 to plus 1 and the value of the signal is 2, it is your signal x2 of t. So, if you have to subtract these two signals, then in this region, here it is, let it is here 0.1 minus 1 and here it is 0 plus 1. So, from minus 1 to minus 0.5, this function is 0. So, 0 minus something, whatever you are subtracting, the value will be inverted. That's why, or you can also find the result as we have discussed in the lecture, that if you have to find out the difference of any two signals, where one of which is constant, here it is constant at 0. So what you have to do, find the values of these two signals at these 2 points. Find the value of this signal at t is equals to -1 and t is equals to -0.5. So what are the two values? Here this value is 0 and the value of this function is again 0. So 0 minus 0, you will get 0. So the difference will start from t is equals to -1 with value 0. Now at this point, this signal is 0 and this signal is what? If you see here, the slope of this signal, as it is inching to 2 in time 1, therefore slope of this signal is 2. Slope of this signal is 2, therefore in 0.5 seconds it will reach a value of 1. So this point, value at this point is 1. 0 minus 1, you will get -1. So from -1 to -0.5, let it is the point of -0.5, you will get a decreasing function which will decrease from 0 to this value is -1 from t is equals to -1 to -0.5. Now at t is equals to -0.5, this signal is 1 and this signal suddenly changes to 4. So 4 minus 1, the value will suddenly change to +3. Therefore at t is equals to -0.5, there will be a sudden jump in value from -1 to +3. This value is +3, where at t is equals to -0.5. Now you can also see here, now this function is constant at 4 and this function is increasing from 1 to 2. So at this point, difference of these two functions, 4 minus 2 is 2. Therefore if let this value is +3, so at t is equals to 0, this function is going to decrease up to 2. So you have plotted like this. Again, now this function is decreasing, so the difference of these two functions will be increasing. At t is equals to 0.5, this function is 4 only, but this signal will reduce to 1 at t is equals to 0.5. So the value 4 minus 1 will be 3 again, and you will have to plot a straight line moving from 2 to 3 at t is equals to +0.5. Now at this point, this signal ends up and the value of this signal is 0 now. So now 0 minus this value, you will again going to get 0 minus 1. First there will be a jump of +3 to -1, and then after the signal will become like this. As it is an even function, so when you have plotted -1 to 0, then you don't have any need to plot this signal from taking difference. You can copy this signal from this side to this side, as it will always be an even function. So now if you see here, this point is -0.5 and this point is +0.5. The value that has been asked, it is asked at t is equals to -0.25 and t is equals to +0.25. So you can see here both the values are going to be same. So you can find out any of the values and you can get your result. So what will be the value of t is equals to at t is equals to 0.25? This signal is at t is equals to 0, the value of this signal is 2, and this signal is increasing with a slope what? If you see the slope of this straight line, this straight line is gaining value 2 to 3, that is value 1 in duration 0.5 seconds. Therefore you can say that slope of this straight line is 2, as it is moving to value 1 in time 0.2 seconds, 0.5 seconds. So the slope of this straight line is 2. Therefore if you want to move only 0.25 duration, then what will be the value? 2 into 0.25. The slope is 2 and you are moving 0.25 seconds. Therefore 2 into 0.25, this difference that you will be creating from 0 to 0.25, this difference will be of 0.25 into 2, that is 0.5. So if you were at value 2, now you will have to add this result. You have obtained this value to be 0.5. So if you add 2 plus 0.5, it means x of plus 0.25 is equals to 2 plus 0.5, that is equals to 2.5. So as x of 0.25 is 2.5, similarly x of minus of 0.25 will also be 2.5. Therefore the result that you have to be find out, this value is 2.5 this value is again 2.5. So 2.5 plus 2.5, the value will be 5. So the correct option of this question number 7 is 5. So option C is correct. It is not a numerical answer type question, it is having options. Accordingly, option C for this question 7 is correct. So the next question is question number 8. We have given a continuous time signal expressed as x of t is 60 times 1 minus mod of t minus 20 divided by 3, but only for the duration where mod of t minus 20 is less than 3 and it is 0 otherwise. It is given that we can express this signal x of t in terms of ramp function ar of t plus b plus er of t plus d plus er of t plus f. Then we have to find out the values of some of these constants a, b, c, d, e and f. So if you see, as you are familiar with the triangle function, for a triangular function you have written the expression x of t is equals to a times 1 minus mod of t upon tau for mod of t less than tau. It is the expression of triangular function, you know it very well. It is a triangular function which is centered at t is equals to 0. It is minus tau to tau. If the function is existing from minus tau to tau and the value is a, then this signal represents a 1 minus mod of t upon tau for mod of t less than tau. If you see here, the mod of t is replaced by mod of t minus 20. It means this triangle is not centered at 0, but it is centered at t is equals to 20. If you want to see how we can see that, then also you can see, at first you have to check out this limit. For which limit the function is going to be non-zero, it is given a mod of t minus 20 is less than 3. You know that if we write mod of x, then we have seen it is equals to plus x for x greater than 0 and it is equals to minus x for x less than 0. So if we write mod of t minus 20, then it means if you take this function positive, then for t greater than 0, this function is going to be t minus 20, and for t less than 0, this function is going to be minus of t minus 20. So if we write this value, we have given that t minus 20 mod of t minus 20 is less than 3. So if we equate these two values with this, so if we equate t minus 20 is less than 3 in first case, then you are going to obtain t must be less than 23. It is the first limit, that is the upper limit, t must be less than 23. Similarly, if you equate this result minus t and minus plus 20, it must be 3. Therefore, from here this expression you can write t must be greater than 17. You will replace t to this side and this value will obtain, you will be obtaining t greater than 17. So this given reason mod of t minus 20 less than 3, mod of t minus 20 less than 3, it specifies the value of t in between 17 and 23. So the given signal is going to be non-zero only the interval 17 to 23. In that interval, if you particularly see this particular function, if you see the function t minus 20 mod divided by 3, if you are saying that this function is going to be non-zero only from t is equals to 17 to 23, so you can find out the value of this function at t is equals to 17. If you check the value at t is equals to 17, so the value will be mod of minus 3 by 3, that is equals to 1. If you check this value t minus 20 divided by 3 at t is equals to 20, then you will be obtaining this value as 0. And if you place t minus 20 upon 3, if you check its value at t is equals to 23, then you are going to get again 1. So this function is, you can plot this function with respect to t. This function will be centered at 20, having value 0 at 20 and value 1 at either 17 or 23. So it is the function. So what you have to do, you will have to subtract this function from 1 in the given interval t minus 20 less than mod of t minus 20 less than 3. Therefore, if you draw signal 1 for the duration t is equals to 17 to 23. So it is constant 1 in the interval 17 to 23, in between there will be a value t is equals to 20. This value is 1. This is your first signal if we are taking this value 1, and our second signal that we have to subtract from this, we have just find out this value as, this signal is like this. It is centered at 20 and having value plus 1 at t is equals to 17 and 23. It is mod of t minus 20 divided by 3 and it is 1. So this value is 17, it is 23 and these values are 1. Now if you see here you have given it is not only this bracket term but 60 is multiplied to both of the terms. Therefore you can multiply 60 in both of the values. This value will become 1 into 60, that is 60. This values again become 60 into 1, that is 60. So now you will have to subtract these two functions. From 0 to 17 or 23 to infinity, both the functions are 0, therefore difference will also be 0. And in between 17 and 23, if you see, you have plotted such signals many times, so I am not going to waste time and we can directly plot this signal. It is 20, it is from 17 to 23. Therefore, it is your signal x of t which is given to you, and this value is going to be 60, as it is 60 at t is equals to 20 and it is 0 at t is equals to 20. Therefore, 60 minus 0 you will be getting value 60 at t is equals to 20. So, it is the signal x of t and you can represent this signal in terms of ramp function. So, if you have to represent in terms of ramp function, then you can see the slopes here from 17 to 20 in time 3 units. You are gaining value from 0 to 60. It means slope of this straight line is plus 20. Similarly, slope of this straight line is minus 20. So, this ramp is occurring at t is equals to 17 with slope 20. Therefore, we can write its expression as 20 r of t minus 17. Now, the change in slope at t is equals to 20 is minus 20 that is minus 40. Therefore, you will have to write expression minus 40 r of t minus 20. Now, if this ramp is only the function, then the value must be decreasing after 23 also. But as the value is going to be constant, it means that one other ramp is occurring at t is equals to 23 and the expression for that ramp will be such that the slope of this occurring ramp at t is equals to 23 cancels out the slope of this ramp. Therefore, the slope of ramp at this point is plus 20. Therefore, you can write it plus 20 r of t minus 23. Now, if you compare, it is your a given as the given expression is x of t is a r of t plus b plus c r of t plus d plus e r of t plus f. So, the value of a is 20, therefore, a plus b plus c plus d plus e plus f. What is the values? A is 20. Again here minus sign and here plus b is given, therefore, b is minus 17. Next value c is, you can see here minus 40, then again d is minus 20. Here e is plus 20 and f is minus 23. So, the resultant value that you have to find, these 20 and 20 get cancelled. This 20 minus 17, you can see here it is minus 57 and it is 20 minus 23, that is minus 3. So, it is equals to minus 60. If you calculate all these values, then it will be minus 57 and minus 3, that will be minus 60. So, it is a numerical answer type question and therefore, the answer correct option for this question is minus 60, it is correct. Now, if we take question number 9, in question number 9 you have given a signal x of t. Here it is signal x of t. In this question also I have missed one value to give, but still you students haven't complained for that. One of only have told me to do so. So, I have mentioned that you will have to take value as 2, minus 2. So, we see here what I am talking about. It is 2, this value is 3, it is signal x of t, this point is 5, this point where the value is changing from minus 3, actually I have missed to give this value. This value is not mentioned and I have told you to take this value as minus 2. If you take this value as minus 2, for that I am taking this solution. These instants are 8 and this instant is 14 with respect to t. Given that two students have attempted to represent this signal in terms of rectangular functions and both have obtained different expressions. So, we have to check which one of the expressions are correct or neither of them are correct. So, first student, if you see here, if you want to write the expressions of rectangular function, then for general representation, x of t is a rectangle of t minus center upon tau. So you can represent rectangular functions. You have two methods that you can opt. If you divide these rectangles in vertical rectangles, or you can divide these rectangles in horizontal rectangles. So if you first check if you want to take these rectangles as vertical rectangles. The first rectangle, it is second rectangle, and it is third rectangle. Then what will be the expression for this rectangle, first rectangle? You can write x of t equals to, the amplitude of that rectangle is 2, here amplitude is 2, this rectangle is centered at 2.5, having total width tau is equals to 5. Therefore, you can write the first rectangle as 2 into rectangle of t minus center, that is 2.5, divided by tau, that is total width 5. Similarly, the second rectangle can be represented as the total height, that is amplitude of the signal is 3, and centered 5 plus 8, that is 13 by 2. Center will be a plus b by 2, you know. Therefore, 5 plus 8 by 3, 8 by 2, 13 by 3, that is 6.5. So, the center will be 6.5 having amplitude 3. Therefore, the next rectangle will be represented as 3 rectangle of t minus 6.5 upon total width 5. And the last rectangle you can write, value of a is minus 2. Therefore, it will be minus 2 rectangle of center will be in between these two limits, 8 plus 14, 22 divided by 2 is 11. Therefore, the expression for this rectangle will be t minus 11 upon total width of the rectangle is 6. So, it is first expression that we can give to the given x of t. Similarly, if we want to represent this signal in terms of horizontal rectangles, then what you can do is, you can take this rectangle as first rectangle, this horizontal rectangle from 0 to t is equals to 8 seconds. Then you can take this rectangle as second rectangle, which is existing from 5 to 8 seconds with amplitude difference between 3 and 2, that is 1, and it is our third rectangle in this case also, which is existing from 8 to 14, and the value is minus 2. Accordingly, the expression will become x of t is equals to, for first rectangle you can write 2 rectangle of, here now you are considering 0 to 8 seconds, therefore, the midpoint will be 8 by 2, that is 4, therefore, it is 8 only. So, the second 2 rectangle of t minus center, that is t minus 4 divided by total width 8, plus for second rectangle you can write height is 1. So, it is rectangle of t minus center will be at 6.5 divided by total width is 3, and the third rectangle you can write the same expression, that is minus 2 rectangle of t minus 11 by 6. It is second. So, if you compare these two expressions with the given expressions for student 1 has find 2 rectangle of t minus 4 by 8, 2 rectangle of t minus 4 by 8, that is this term, it is correct for student 1 I am talking about. First term is matching, second is minus 2 rectangle of t minus 11 by 6, which is nothing but this term. So, it is correct also, and the third term of this student 1 is rectangle of t minus 6.5 by 3, which is also correct for this term. So, student 1 has represented x of t in perfect way. So, similarly, if we see the student 2 second student's representation, then the first term is 2 rectangle of t minus 2.5 upon 5. That means this term, the first term of student 1, student 2 is also correct. The second term is given as minus 2 rectangle t minus 11 by 6, which is nothing but this term. So, the second expression is also correct, and the last expression is rectangle of t minus 6.5 by 3. It is 3 rectangle of t minus 6.5 by 3. So, this term is also correct. Therefore, both the students have represented the given signal correctly, and therefore, accordingly the option C for this question, option C is correct for question number 9. For question number 9, option C is correct, that is both the students have given the correct options. Now, if you see question number 10, then question number 10 it is asked, input yn and output xn and output yn of a discrete time system are related as, we have given y of n equals to, actually I have seen question number 11, in question number 10 a continuous time signal is given as x of t, we have given a continuous time signal x of t, that is 4 rectangle of t by 4 into triangle of t by 4 into triangle of t by 4. If y of t is 2 times x of minus 3t plus 4, we have given y of t is 2 times x of minus 3t plus 4, then we have to find out the value of y of t at t is equals to 1 second. So first we have to plot this signal for rectangle of t minus 4. We just have to plot these two signals with respect to t. If you compare this a rectangle of t minus center upon tau, it means it is a rectangle centered at origin having total width 4 and amplitude 4. Therefore, this rectangle will exist from t is equals to minus 2 to plus 2. Therefore, total width is 4. Here it is existing from minus 2 to plus 2 and the amplitude is given to be 4. So, it is our first signal, that it is x1 of t. Now, we will have to multiply this signal with other signal, that is triangle of t by 4. Now, if we compare it by a triangle of t minus center upon tau, again this triangle is centered at origin, but now this 4 is the half width. Therefore, this 4 will be the width on each of the sides. Therefore, it is a triangle which is centered at origin having amplitude 1 and this width. This signal is extended from minus 4 to plus 4. It is our signal x2 of t, let it is x2 of t. So, if we multiply these two signals, so what will happen? This is point t is equals to minus 2 and t is equals to plus 2. So, in between minus 4 and minus 2, this signal is 0. So, the product will also be 0. Similarly, here also this signal is 0 after 2, therefore, the product will also 0 after t is equals to 2 seconds. In between t is equals to 2 seconds, if you are multiplying anything by this constant, then what you will have to do? You just have to find out the values of this signal at these two instants. At t is equals to 2 seconds, what is the value? And t is equals to 0 seconds, what is the value? So, you can see here the value at t is equals to 0 is 1. So, 1 into 4, the value of this product, if we draw this product with respect to t, we have seen that the product is going to be non-zero only in the interval minus 2 to 2. Now, at minus 2, if you see the value of this function is becoming 0 to 1 in 4 units of time. Therefore, in 2 units of time, it will be reaching up to 0.5. Similarly, if you see here also, this function will be 0.5 at t is equals to 2 seconds. So, you are multiplying 0.5 with 4, then the resultant will be 2. Therefore, at t is equals to minus 2, the value will be starting from this value 2. And now, if you multiply 4 into 1, then the second point that you will be obtaining is 4 into 1 is 4. So, you just have to join these two lines and you can obtain your signal like this. Similarly, for this instant, here again 4 into 1 is 4 at t is equals to 0 and at t is equals to 2, it is 4 and this value is 0.5. So, 4 into 0.5 is 2. Therefore, you will be decreasing this function from 4 to 2 at t is equals to 2 seconds. So, here you have obtained your signal x of t, which is having value 4 at t is equals to 0 and the value is 2 at t is equals to minus 2 or plus 2. So, what you have to find out? You have to find out the value of y of t at t is equals to 1 second. Similarly, that as we have taken in previous questions, if let it is the point of t is equals to 1 second. So, you have to find out the value. This value is what? You can see here the value at t is equals to 0 is 4 and this straight line is of decreasing slope. So, the value that will be decreasing, that will be decreased in this t is equals to 1 duration, you will have to subtract that value from 4 and you will get the result that what will be the value at t is equals to 1 seconds. So, the slope of this straight line, if you see, this straight line is reducing from 4 to 2 in 2 duration. Therefore, if you see here, the slope of this straight line is, it is decreasing from 4 to 2 in 2 duration. Therefore, slope is minus 1. Therefore, slope is minus 1. So, if you move in time axis for 1 unit, then this value will also decrease by 1 unit and therefore, if you are at 4 here, then this value will be 4 minus 1, that is equals to 3. So, what is being asked here? The value of y of t at t is equals to 1 seconds. Now, it is the value of y of t. Now, we have just obtained the signal x of t. So, we cannot perform these operations here. It is x of t and we have to find 2 times x of minus 3t plus 4. So, sorry, we have to find out the signal y of t. You just check it. it is signal x of t. Now to find signal y of t, signal y of t we have to find out first, then we can see the value of that signal y of t at t is equals to 1 seconds. Y of t is given to be x of 2 times, it is 2 times x of minus 3t plus 4. So if we move from right to left, it is our signal x of t. This signal x of t is like this. This value is minus 2, this value is plus 2, it is plus 4 and plus 2. It is signal x of t with respect to t. Now if we apply time shifting, if we time shift this signal by 4 units, then this point minus 2 will move to minus 6 and this point plus 2 will move to minus 2, and therefore you will be having a signal like this. Here it is now like this. This point which was centered earlier at t is equals to 0, if you have substituted, if you have slided this signal by 4 units, then this midpoint will occur at t is equals to minus 4 seconds, this point will be minus 2 and this point will be minus 6. It is, you have just performed the time shifting property. Now you have to perform time scaling. So it is, the signal is x of t plus 4. Now if we perform time scaling, then you have to divide these existing limits by scaling factor, and therefore the signal will be looking like this. The time shifting has no effect on value, therefore these values will be 4 and 2 only, and we are doing now x of 3t plus 4. Therefore if we divide these limits by scaling factor 3, then this point will be minus 2, this point will be minus 4 by 3 and this point will be minus 2 by 3. So we have obtained x of 3t plus 4. Now moving further left side, we have given a time reversal operation also. So when you fold this signal, then as this signal is existing from minus 2 to minus 2 by 3, after time reversal you will be getting the signal which is like this. It is existing now from 2 by 3 to 3 and this midpoint is 4 by 3. So now it is, this value is 2 and this value is 4. If you have to multiply this value by 2 also, then this value will become 4 into 2, that is 8, and this value is 2 into 2, that is 4. Now you have obtained this signal as y of t. So you have obtained signal y of t. So what is being asked in this question? Value of y of t at t is equals to 1 seconds. 1 second will lie in between 2 by 3 and 4 by 3. Here it is the point 3 by 3, that is 1. In between 2 by 3 and 4 by 3, there will be a point 3 by 3 which is nothing but 1, and you will have to find out the value of this signal y of t at this point t is equals to 1 second. So from the symmetry of the figure you can see that this straight line is having a slope. It is in the duration 4 by 3 minus 2 by 3. In the x axis you are changing, it is your del x, and del y is what? In del y you are changing from 4 to 8. Therefore the slope of this line you can see here 4 divided by 2 by 3, therefore it is 6. The slope of this straight line is 6. So the straight line slope is 6, it means when it will move 1 unit in time, then there will be a difference of 6 will be creating. You are moving from 2 by 3 to 3 by 3. So in time axis you are moving distance 1 by 3. Therefore if the slope is 6 and you are moving in time only 1 by 3, so value that you will be gaining is equals to 2. So this difference will be 2. Now here you are at 2, then this difference is 2, therefore this value at t is equals to 1 seconds will be 6. I hope you can understand, or if you have any problem then just rewind the video, and I have not skipped any of the steps. So if you rewind the video and see it again, if you have any problem, then I am sure you will be having comfortable with the solution, and the value of y of t at t is equals to 1 you will be getting as 6. So the answer of the question number 10 is value of y of t at t is equals to 1 seconds is equals to 6. So it is our answer. For next question, we will have to make space. Next, the question number 11, we have given that for a discrete time system, input is represented as x of n and output is given as y of n. It is mentioned in the question that y of n is said to be bounded if summation of mod of yn from n minus infinity to plus infinity is less than infinity. Actually, it is the condition of absolute integrability, but I have given you this question as you will have to move with the statement of the question. You cannot argue with the statement that it is not the condition of bounded, it is the condition of absolute integrability. But if you have mentioned in the question that this condition is taken to be y of n to be bounded, then you will have to move with the statement. So if yn summation of all the samples, magnitude of all the samples of yn is less than infinity, then it is bounded, and it is equals to infinity, then y of n is unbounded. So you have to check if y of n is causal and applied input x of n is step function un, then what will be the behavior of y of n? If it is given that y of n is causal, it means y of n is 0 for n less than 0. You know that if a signal is causal, then it will not exist for n less than 0 or t less than 0. It means that if you see the value of y of n at n is equals to minus 1 or y of n at n is equals to minus 2, these all values are going to be 0. Also, if x of n is to be un, then un signal, you know this, it will be existing from 0 to infinity having all of its samples to be 1. This signal will be existing from 0 to infinity having all of the values will be 1. Therefore, if you have to find x of 0 or x of 1 or any value in the bracket term of x which is greater than 0, that is x of 5 or any value greater than 0, it will always be equals to 1. So all the things you have now, and you just have to substitute in this equation. So from this given equation, what you have, you can write for y of n can be written as 2x of n minus 4 times y of n minus 1. So we have seen lot of times that whenever you have to find out any value in y of n, then you can replace n by the same value in both the sides. Therefore, if you want to have value of y of n at n is equals to 0, so you just simply substitute n is equals to 0 on both of the sides. Therefore, this y of 0 will be 2 times x of 0 minus 4 times y of minus 1. Now, as y of n is causal, we have just discussed that this value is going to be 0 only, and this x of 0 is equals to 1. Therefore, 2 into 1, you will be getting the value of y of 0 to be 2. Okay. Similarly, if you place n is equals to 1 in this expression, then y of 1 will be 2 times x of 1 minus 4 times y of 1 minus 1, that is 0. You have obtained y of 0 to be 2, therefore this is minus 8, x of 1 is 1, therefore 2 into 1, that is 2, and minus 8, this value will be minus 6. So if you see magnitude of y of 0, then it is 2, magnitude of y of 1, it is 6, magnitude if you see y of 2, then from this same equation y of 2 is 2 into x of 2 minus 4 into y of 2 minus 1, that is 1. Now you have obtained this y of 1 value to be minus 6, and this x of 2 will again going to be 1. Therefore, this value is 2 minus and minus plus 2 minus 24, that is equals to 22. So again if you take one more value, then y of 3 is equals to 2 times x of 3 minus 4 times y of 2. This y of 2 is 22 and this x of 3 is 1. So this value is 2 minus 88, that is equals to minus 86. So what you can say here, the magnitude of y of n with increasing value of n is always increasing. The value of magnitude of y of 0 is 2, magnitude of y of 1 is minus 6, magnitude of y of 2 is 22, magnitude of y of 3 is 86. It means if you go and plot magnitude of y of n with respect to n, then from this values we can write it is 2 at n is equals to 0, it is 6 as we are taking magnitude, so it is 6 at n is equals to 1, it is 22 at n is equals to 2, it is 86, 88 minus 2, that is 86, it is 86 at n is equals to 3. So what you are seeing here, the amplitude of magnitude of y of n is increasing with respect to n. As n is increasing, this magnitude is always going to increase. Therefore, if you find out the summation from n is equals to minus infinity to infinity magnitude of y of n, which will be 0 for n less than 0, therefore you can write it like from n is equals to 0 to infinity, as this y of n is 0 for n less than 0, then the magnitude will have increasing values which all are greater than 1. Therefore, if you evaluate this summation, then this summation is going to be infinity, and as this summation is infinity, so from the given statement in the question, if you have taken the sum minus infinity to infinity magnitude of y of n, and if it is coming to be infinity, it means that y of n is unbounded. So, in the options, you were options like bounded, unbounded, conditionally bounded and cannot be determined. So, it is not a conditionally bounded you can say system, as there are constants. If you place a and b at the places of 4 and 2, then it will become a conditionally you can say bounded system on for which the stability or boundedness will depend on those values, those variables a and b. But as in the given problem, these values are given to be constants, therefore this system is always going to be unbounded, for which the summation of magnitude of y of n cannot be determined, that is, it is infinity if we take the limits from 0 to infinity. Therefore, accordingly, option A, option B actually, option B, that is, it is not bounded, it is unbounded. For question number 11, option B is correct. Similarly, now you will try to find out the answer for question number 12. You just have to find out that which of these three signals are not correctly plotted. The first signal that you have given is 2t minus 6 into u of t minus 3 minus of u of t minus 4. What you can do, you just plot all these three given signals. In the y-axis you can see three signals. The first signal is this. If you plot this signal and that signal is matched with the given signal, then you can say that the given expression is correct. So, if you see here, this function defines u of t minus 3 minus u of t minus 4. You know that it is nothing but a rectangle which is existing from t is equals to 3 to 4 having value 1. It is the function u of t minus 3 minus u of t minus 4, and you also know that rectangle function works as a limit changer. If any function is existing from minus infinity to plus infinity, and if you multiply that signal with a rectangle, then the resultant function will always going to be existing only in the duration where this rectangular function is non-zero, and the product will be 0 outside this rectangle. Therefore, this signal, if we say let it is signal x1 of t, then this signal x1 of t is going to have non-zero values only in the interval 3 and 4, and in the interval 3 and 4 the value of this function is 1. So, whatever function is multiplied with 1, the signal x1 of t is going to be same. Therefore, you just have to plot this signal 2t minus 6 in the duration 3 and 4. If you substitute t is equals to 3 here, 2t minus 6, this value at t is equals to 3, it is 0, and 2t minus 6 at t is equals to 4, it is equals to 8 minus 6, that is 2. So, you can see here, it is the equation of straight line mx plus c, for which intersection with y-axis is at minus 6 and the slope of that straight line is plus 2. Therefore, you can draw this straight line which is having value in between 3 and 4. At t is equals to 3, you have seen the value will be 0 at t is equals to 3, and it is t is equals to 4, and at t is equals to 4 the value must be 2. So, it is our signal x1 of t that will represent this signal. Now, if you match, here it is the same signal that is given to you in option A, that is option A is correctly plotted, so it cannot be our option. So, now moving to the next problem, next option, option B, the plot for the signal r of n plus 8 minus of r of n plus 7 is given, let it is x of n. So, you know that from this expression, you just know that if we have to express a step function in terms of ramp function, then you have written u of n can be represented as r of n plus 1 minus of r of n. We have simply seen that if you have to take u of n, then the step function, the bracket term of step function, you just copy that term in the second ramp function, and in first ramp function you have to take value 1 more than this value. Therefore, if you have written r of n plus 8 minus of r of n plus 7, you can see here this term having value 1 more than this term, and the sign in between these terms are negative. Therefore, this term will represent u of bracket term will be same as this function, that is u of n plus 7. So, this function that is given to be as x of n, it is nothing but the step function u of n plus 7. So, you know that u of n starts from 0 and it exists from up to t is equals to infinity, n is equals to infinity. So if you time shift that function by 7, therefore this function will be existing from, u of n will be existing from 0 to infinity. You have shifted that function by 7 units of time, therefore this signal will start from n is equals to minus 7 and it is going to be there up to infinity. So the function here, it will be starting from n is equals to minus 7, all the values of the samples will be 1 and this represents the signal n plus 8 minus r of n plus 7. So if you see the given signal, then this signal is also existing from n is equals to minus 7 to infinity, having all the sample values to be 1, therefore option B is also correctly plotted and therefore it cannot be our answer. So moving for the next question, next option you have given, let it is x of t is equals to 1 plus signum of, it is given to be 5 minus t by 4. So now how can you plot this signum function? You try to find out this x of t, plot x of t in two steps. First find how this signum of 5 minus t by 4 looks like and then add 1 to that function. So from the definition of signum function, you know signum of t is equals to plus 1 for t greater than 0 and it is minus 1 for t less than 0. So if you have to find signum of this value, then you just replace both the sides t by this value 5 minus t. Therefore, you can write signum of 5 minus t by 4, it is equals to plus 1 for 5 minus t by 4 greater than 0 and it is equals to minus 1 for 5 minus t by 4 less than 0. So from these 2 points you can see here 5 minus t greater than 0, therefore from here only you can say that t is less than 5 and from this value you can obtain t is greater than 5. So this function signum of 5 minus t by 4, if you plot this function with respect to t, signum of 5 minus t by 4, if you plot this function, then from this definition this function is going to be at 1 until t is greater than 5, it is t is equals to 5. So when t is less than 5, the value of signal is at plus 1 and when t is greater than 5, then the value of the signal will be minus 1. So after t is equals to 5 seconds, the value is minus 1. So now to find x of t, what we have to do? We have to add a constant 1 value to all this signal. So it is our constant 1. If you add these two values, then from minus infinity to t is equals to 5, both of these functions are 1, therefore 1 plus 1 you will get 2. From minus infinity to t is equals to plus 5, you are getting value 2 and after t is equals to 5, this value is minus 1 and this value is plus 1, therefore the resultant will be 0. So you will be having value 0 after t is equals to 5 seconds. It is signal 1 plus signum of t minus, it is 5 minus t divided by 4. Therefore, C option, you can see that the same function is given to you in option C, therefore C option is also correctly plotted, therefore C cannot also be the answer, therefore you are only left with the option D, which is none. So all of the given functions are plotted correctly, therefore your correct option for question number 12, your correct option is D. For question number 12, correct option is D. Next, we can see question number 13. Consider signal y of t shown in figure which is related to x of t as. Here we have given one signal y of t. In question number 13, we have given signal y of t that is existing from t is equals to 2 seconds and it is something like this, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 6 seconds with respect to t. These values are given to be, for this signal is given to be y of t, for which the values are plus 20 and plus 10. It is also given then that y of t is related to x of t as x of minus 2t plus 4. So you have to find out the slope of signal x of t at t is equals to 1.5. So to find the slope of x of t, you must have to find signal x of t itself. If you want to find signal x of t in terms of y of t, then one method that we will be discussing in our second chapter when we will be discussing invertible and non-invertible systems. But for the time being, if you want to have x of t in terms of y of t, then make some replacements on both the sides such that you are left with x of t in right hand side and the left hand side will be the function in terms of y of t. So if you see here, yet in t there is negative sign and you want to find x of t on right hand side. So if you replace t by minus t on both the sides, if you replace t by minus t on both the sides, then y of minus t is equals to, if you replace t by minus t, then this sign will be x of 2t plus 4. Again, as you just want to have here x of t only, therefore if it is 2t and you will have to make it 2 t, therefore replace t by 2 both the sides. So replacing t by 2, we are replacing t by 2 both the sides, therefore it is now minus t by 2 and here it is x of t plus 4. When you have replaced t by 2, then 2 and 2 get cancelled and you are left with x of t plus 4. Now you want to have x of t only, therefore make the final replacement to be replace t by t minus 4 on both the sides. If you replace t by t minus 4, then plus 4 and minus 4 will get cancelled in this side and you are getting x of t on right hand side, and in left hand side it is y of minus of, you are just replacing this t, not this whole t by 2. So you just have to make replacements in t minus 4 divided by 2. So it is the function x of t can be expressed as, now we can write also like this, x of t is equals to, it is y of minus 0.5 t and minus plus 2. You can write it like this, x of t is equals to y of minus 0.5 t and plus 2. So now if y of t is given, then you just have to plot x of t from the given y of t by applying some operations. And what are the operations? The first operation is time shifting by 2 units, you have to advance the signal, then you have to time scale that signal, and then you will have to take its time reversal. So if it is y of t and you want to find here with respect to t, if you want to draw y of t plus 2. So if you slide the signal towards left by 2 units, then if the signal is starting from 2, then now the signal will be starting from t is equals to 0. This point will be 2, this point will be 4 seconds. It is now 2 seconds, it is 4 seconds, these values are 20 and 10. So it is y of t plus 2. Now what you have to do? You have to scale the signal by, you have applied time shifting, now you are going to apply time scaling. In time scaling, you divide all the limits by this scaling factor, which is 1 by 2 in this case. So if we directly apply the time scaling here only, so if you find 0.t plus 2, then by time scaling you are dividing all the limits by 0.5, therefore this point will be 2 by 0.5, that is 4, and this point will be 4 by 0.5, that is 8. So this signal is y of 0.5 t plus 2. Now only operation left is time reversal, and if you apply time reversal on this signal, then with respect to t, it is your signal x of t, that is, it is constant 10, then this value is increasing from 10 to 20, and then the signal is going to be 0. It is something this, it is, this point is minus 4 and this point is minus 8. So now if it is asked that the value of, okay, you have replaced t by 2, here t by 2, t minus 4 by 2, okay. So here if you calculate the slope of the signal x of t at t is equals to minus 1.5. So at t is equals to minus 1.5, if you see here it is the value minus 1.5, then this you can see that the function is constant in between these two intervals, therefore slope is going to be 0. Actually it is my mistake, I would have to be, I must wanted to ask the question the slope at this instant, which is lying in between minus 4 and 8. So I must have given to you the value of slope at t is equals to minus 6 seconds, but it became easy for you as you have obtained x of t. If you have obtained it correctly, then the value you can see that in the duration minus 4 to 0 signal is constant, therefore the slope of x of t, that is d by dt of x of t, slope of d of x of t means d by dt of x of t at t is equals to minus 1.5 is 0. So the correct option, it is a numerical answer type question, and for this question the correct option is 0. Next is question number 14. In this question we have given that a discrete time signal x of n is given as x of n to be n only if n is multiples of 5 and it is 0 otherwise. Another signal y of n is related to x of n with the relation yn equals to x of 5n. Then you have given 4 statements about y of n that you have to check. So if we say let it is any function x of n, it is n, let it is not the given, let we don't have any given condition such that n is equals to multiples of n or anything. If we see if x of n is n, then how can you represent this signal? Then you can say x of n is equals to, at n is equals to 0, n is equals to 1, n is equals to 2 if you want to see the values. So n is equals to 0, value will be n only, that is 0, n is equals to 1, value will be n, that is 1, n is equals to 2, value will be 2, and so on. Similarly, in left hand side it will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on. But in this question what we have given, signal x of n is n, that signal x of n is going to be n, but not at all the instants of time, but only at the instants where n is multiples of 5. Therefore, you can see from this definition x of n is something like, you can write it is at n is equals to minus 5, it will be minus 5, but for n is equals to minus 4 or minus 3 or minus 2 or minus 1, the signal will be 0. Again, if you take 0 to be integer multiples of 5, then again y of n, x of n is n, therefore at n is equals to 0, value will again be 0. Also n is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, it will not have any non-zero value, but n is equals to plus 5, signal will also have value 5. Similarly, for 6, 7, 8, 9, signal will be 0, but for n is equals to 10, value will also be 10. Similarly, you can plot this signal for greater values of n, and for this side minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9 will have 0 values, and at n is equals to minus 10, value will also be minus 10. Similarly, this is extended from minus infinity to plus infinity. It is our signal x of n. So if y of n you have to find out, then see, given it is given that y of n is equals to x of 5n. It is the case of decimation. As you can see that alpha scaling factor is greater than 1, therefore it is the case of decimation. And how you decimate the signal? If you have a case of decimation, then you will have to skip alpha minus 1 samples in between each 2 samples starting from the origin. It means if alpha is 5, then you have to skip 4 samples in between 2 samples starting from origin. You will have to skip 4 samples, these 4 samples you will have to skip, then you will take this 5th sample. Again you will skip these 4 samples and you will keep this 10 value. Similarly, in the left hand side also you will keep this 0, then you will skip these 4 samples and you will take this minus 5, remove these 4 samples and take this minus 10. Therefore, y of n, that is x of 5n, can be represented like this. At n is equals to 0, value is 0, the next value is going to be 5, the next value is going to be 10, next value is going to be 15 and so on. Similarly, in the left hand side the values will be minus 5, minus 10, minus 15, minus 20 and so on. So now if you see the statements, y of n, value of y of n is what? Y of n is 0 at n is equals to 0, y of n is 5 at n is equals to 1. So from this expression, what you can write about signal y of n? You can say y of n, it is existing from minus infinity to plus infinity. So there is no bound on the condition of n. It will exist from minus infinity to plus infinity, all values of n. And y of n can now be expressed as, it is equals to 5n for all n. If you see, if you plot and put n is equals to 0, then y of 0 is 0, as you have found out here. If you put n is equals to 1, then y of 1 is equals to 5 into 1, 5, that is like this. And this signal, therefore you can say that this signal y of n will satisfy this condition y of n equals to 5n for all n. It is not necessary to take n to be an integer of 5. Therefore, accordingly, y of n is 5n for all n. So option B is correct. So for question number 14, option B is correct. Now the last question of the test, that is question number 15. Some questions given in the last are really too easy, but you just have to concentrate and to read the questions carefully, then you must have to answer these questions correctly. So if given here that area of these two functions are same, one of the function is 20 sinc of 4 into t plus 2. It is given that area of this function is equal to the area of sampling of k into 3t minus 10. Then we have to find out the value of k is what. Okay. So now you must have considered, you must have seen in the lectures that area of sinc function is equals to 1, and definitions of these two functions you can say, see that sinc of t you write it like sin pi t upon pi t, and for sampling of t you write it sin t upon t. Comparing these two expressions, you can say sinc of t, it can be written as sampling of pi t, or sampling of t can be expressed as sinc of t upon pi. Therefore, if we consider sinc of t, area of sinc of t is 1. Therefore, if we consider area of sampling of t, which is nothing but area of sinc of t upon pi. Now, if you compare these two values, here the value is t and here you are divided that value by pi. That is, you can say sinc of alpha t, here it is the case of scaling where the scaling factor is 1 upon alpha. So, the area is going to be divided by this scaling factor 1 upon alpha. Therefore, the area will be 1 upon alpha, that is pi, 1 upon pi, that is pi. So, the area of sampling of t is what? Pi. Now, these two functions are having same area. So, the first function is sinc of 20 times sinc of 4t, we can write it like this. If we multiply 4t plus 8, you can write like this. So, now if area of sinc of t is 1, try to apply operations from right to left. So, area of the first operation is time shifting, area of sinc of t plus 8. If you just have time shifted the signal, then there will not be any effect on area. Therefore, area will remain to be 1. Now, the next operation is time scaling, which will affect the value of area. Therefore, area of 4 times sinc of t plus 8 is going to be 1 upon 4. The previous area will get divided by this scaling factor. Now, as you are taking the case of amplitude scaling, so 20 area of 20 times, actually it is not 4 sinc of t, it is sinc of 4t plus 8. We have first time shifted, then we have used scaling, time scaling, and due to this time scaling factor 4, the area is get divided, that is 1 upon 4. Now, if we take 20 sinc of 4t plus 8. So, if you already have found out the area of sinc of 4t plus 8, if this is function x of t, then if area of x of t is a, then k times x of t, that is after amplitude scaling, the area gets multiplied with this amplitude scaling factor. Therefore, the total area will be 1 by 4 into 20, that is equals to 5 square units. So, the area of first function is to be 5. The area of this function is 5 and it is to be equal of area of this function. The second function is given to us as, second function is sampling of k times 3t, it is k times 3t minus 10. You can write this function like sampling of 3kt minus 10k. Again, try to move from here, that area of, you know that area of sampling function, you just have calculated relating it by sinc function and you have obtained area of sampling function to be pi. So, now start moving from right to left, it is only the time shifting, k is any constant, so it will not affect the area, and if you find out the area of function sampling of t minus 10k, then it will have the same area to be pi only. Now, if you taking any scaling factor, if you are applying time scaling, then area of sampling of 3kt minus 10k, now the area is going to be, this area will get divided by this scaling factor 3k. So, therefore, total area of this function sampling of k into 3t minus 10, it is equals to pi upon 3k, and the area of the first function is 5, and it is given that these two areas are equal. Therefore, pi upon 3k is equals to 5. Therefore, k is equals to pi upon 3 into 5, that is 15. It is the correct answer, and this option is given to you as pi by 15, which is given to you in option B. So, we have discussed all the paper, and it is really relaxing thing for me that when I was seeing it was only the first test and 94 students were appearing for the test with full sincerity. They have to almost complete 1 hour, and then they submitted the question, their response sheet, and we have almost 80 plus response sheet on different platforms like Telegram and Facebook, and I am really hopeful that these aspirants will definitely going to increase with time, as the lecture is only 5 lectures have been uploaded on GATE Academy channel. So, what you self-studying students have to do, try to watch out the detailed theory lectures of GATE Academy Plus channel, then come to the live sessions where that are going to be planned on every alternate days on GATE Academy channel, and on every Sunday whatever topic we have been completing in that week, we will be having test on every Sunday at 8 p.m. and for that test you will be having the solution video like this on every Monday at 1 p.m. and in the next live session, that will be on Monday or Tuesday, whatever it will be, we will be discussing, we will be announcing the result of this test, having top 3 rankers, and we will see how we can, you can say that how we can enhance our mode of study, how we can get more connected, more you can say involved, and so that we can perform our best. So, suggestions from you people are always most welcome. I am connected to you with Telegram or WhatsApp or Facebook, wherever you want you can find me, and it is my number, it is 6260-269-417. You can ask to join Telegram group on this number on WhatsApp, or you can directly call me also. But what we have to do, we have to make a healthy environment for studies where only healthy competition will be there. There will be no leg pulling that why you are doing this or why you are not doing this. We don't need any such type of activities. We just have to focus on our studies. And if you see, if we are saying that we are going to take a test of 15 questions on every 7 days, it means in 1 week you will be having 15 questions. So, in 1 month you will be having 15 into 4, that is 60 questions of signals and systems. And if we are taking only 10 months on, if we say that if we will be able to continue this course for 10 months, then you will be having more than 60 questions in test only, and whatever we will be discussing in the live sessions, that will be apart from this. So, if we will be able to complete what we have planned, then definitely it is going to be more beneficial for students that are not getting proper you can say attention from the people or from the students, other students, as they are not their colleagues and the coaching. So, just try to propagate this series information that we have started the series GATE and ESE 2021 for EC, EE and IN of signals and systems, and the lectures will be live on every alternate days. So, now I am going to conclude this lecture. If you have any doubt or any suggestions, then you are always most welcome. Please come into the comment section and let us know with your views. Okay, then thank you very much and all the best.